Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel, our live look at the CIF Southern Section football playoff brackets. It is Selection Sunday. The brackets are out. Getting a lot of traction right now on social media because this is always a big day every single year for high school football when the brackets come out. Some people very pleased with what division they were placed in or maybe their path to a championship game. And other teams, I got to be honest, man, some teams are going to have a hard road getting to the finals. So we're going to take a look at each division here. And I'll say this, just a couple quick snapshots of when I first looked at the brackets. A couple things. The new playoff format for competitive equity, it's not perfect. There are some flaws. I think they get a lot of things right, but I think there's some things that are wrong. And one of them is we've got to put more value on winning your league. League champions should at least get a first-round home game in the playoffs. At least. Now, I covered football in the North Coast section, the Northern section, the Central section, up and down California, and they reward teams who have great overall records and league championships. So if you get a high seed, the playoffs are going to go through you. Other teams are going to have to come to you and go through your home stadium to get to the finals. Here in the Southern section, the whole coin flip and, you get to host a game. And then if you host a game, then you're on the road next week. I'm not totally against that. But what I'm saying, at least in this format right now, is that league champions, we need to have more value on that. It needs to mean something. So, in fact, let's see if I still have that graphic of all the league champions in the Inland Sports Show coverage area. And I'm going to punch that up right now. So let's take a look at this. And I can tell you right off the bat that Great Oak and Murrieta Mesa, co-champs in the Big West Lower, they're both on the road. I'm going to go down the list. Jurupa Hills, Sunkist League champion. They're going to be on the road. They're going to play Aquinas. We'll talk more about that in a second. San Jacinto, your Mountain Pass League champion. What is it, 4 years in a row? They're going to go on the road in the first round. And then on the flip side, let's take for an example like Norte Vista. We love the Braves. Ken Batdorf is one of our favorite guys. Norte Vista is a third-place team out of the River Valley League. They're at home in the first round. So, again, the system is not perfect. There are some flaws, but what jumps out at me most is we got to put some value on the league championships. It's got to mean something. It's got to be more than just hanging a banner in your gym at the end of the season. It's got to have some value in terms of, building that home field advantage for what could be a CIF Southern Section playoff run. Okay, so that's one thing, putting value on league titles. The other thing is I'm looking at Division 5, man. Division 5 is juicy. We got some really good local teams in Division 5. We're going to take a look at each of the divisions, but we'll spend more time on D5 and when we get there. And the other thing, too, is, the CIF Southern Section, maybe it's coincidental. I don't think so, but they like to pair teams based on proximity or rivalries against one another, like Aquinas versus Jurupa Hills. For us, it's an all-IE battle. We got a rematch of Cajon against Citrus Valley. Was that by accident? I don't think it was, to see that rematch. Oh, A.B. Miller and Rubidoux. That's another rematch game from league play. So they got these rematches. Proximity games like Elsinore taking on Liberty in the first round, and that was Division 8. So anyways, I'd say those are the big three things for me is more value on league championships because we got league title winners going on the road and third place teams at home for the playoffs. The other thing is Division 5 is going to be juicy. And we've got some all local games, including some rematches from league play. I forgot to mention JW North and Vista Del Lago going head to head. It's another all local game. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead, and if I did this right, we're going to take a look at the brackets. Hold on one second. Where did it go? Let me punch this up. Boom, boom, boom. So I have the CIF Southern Section website queued up. And I thought we'd just go through each of the divisions. And I will say this, too. With Division 1, if you're a Centennial football fan, it's a first-round bye in Division 1 for the Huskies. So let's see. Let me make sure I did this right. Take the site. There it is. All right, so this is Division 1. And, as we kind of thought, there's Centennial first-round bye. They're going to get Mission Viejo in the D1 quarterfinals. And as soon as Modern Day beat Bosco a couple weeks ago, we figured that Bosco would be the 2 seed, Centennial would be the 3, and that they would meet likely in the semifinals. And that's exactly what happened here in the CIF bracket. So Centennial will open up against Mission Viejo, assuming they win that one, assuming Bosco wins their quarterfinal game as well. It would be Corona, Centennial, and Bosco in the semifinals. All right, so that's D1. Let's jump to Division 2. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing here as I scroll along through the website. I think you are. All right, so Norco going to go on the road to Serra in Division 2. A little bit farther down, we have Murrieta Valley going on the road to Bishop Amat. And finally, Citrus Valley at Cajon, first round Division 2 battle. Cajon won the first game 28-7. I think it was a 6-0 game at halftime, if my memory serves me correct. So I feel like this game's going to be a lot closer this time around. It's hard to beat good teams twice in one season, but that's a really good, juicy game for the Blackhawks. It could be a payback game, and for Cajon, just strengthen their case as the team to beat in the CBL. 6 straight Citrus Belt League championships. 33 consecutive CBL wins for the Cowboys. And, yeah, they're rolling along. Can't wait for that game coming up on Friday. So that is Division 2. Let's move over to Division 3. All right, let's see. In Division 3, just to make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing on my computer, and it sure looks like it. Okay, Chaparral, your second-place team from the Big West Conference Upper Division. They're going to open up at home against Thousand Oaks. Pumas get a home game for finishing second in that league. A little bit farther down, we got a little red detail here. We'll click on that in a second. But Vista Murrieta going on the road to Bishop Diego. Now, if you don't know about Bishop Diego, Santa Barbara area, and this is a private school who has emerged as a really good football program. That will not be an easy game for Vista Murrieta as an at-large team going on the road to Bishop Diego. Let's see. It's going to be on Friday. Wait, let's see. 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I think that's Saturday. Is that a Saturday game? Let me do some math. The second is Wednesday, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a Saturday game at Santa Barbara City College, Bishop Diego and Vista Murrieta. So we got Vista Murrieta, Murrieta Valley, and Chaparral at home in D3. Now let's jump to Division 4. Scroll down a little bit. Roosevelt, they get into the playoffs. They went 0 for 5 in the Big West Upper Division, but they get into the playoffs, and they go on the road to the number 1 seed, Camarillo. That's going to be a tough road test. Now, of all the teams who got a raw deal, and we talked about putting an emphasis on league championships, right? If you win a league title, it should mean something. Now, Orange Vista is your Ivy League champion. The Ivy League is the top tier in the Rain Cross Conference. And what does Orange Vista get rewarded with? Well, it's a road game to Los Angeles, the LA area, to take on Cathedral. Man, that is a tough road game for Orange Vista, but that's life in Division 4. There's some really good teams in D4, but in my estimate, kind of a raw deal for the Coyotes. They battled, they won their Ivy League title. They were 9-1 overall. Their only loss was a 1-point loss to Elsinore, and now they have to go on the road in the opening round to a traditionally strong Cathedral team. That's a tough opening round matchup for our guy Greg Zomal and the Coyotes. All right, to Division 5. Man, love Division 5. We'll start at the very top. Murrieta Mesa, speaking of raw deals, your co-champ in the Big West lower division, so they've got a league title. Well, the Rams are going on the road to the top seed, Villa Park. So you win your league championship, and what do you get to do? You go not only on the road, but you get the top seed. All right, a little bit further down, Temecula Valley also going on the road to Alemany. So you're going to notice a big West Conference theme here as Temecula Valley is going on the road to Alemany. We'll come back to Aquinas and Jurupa Hills in a moment. Great Oak will take on Notre Dame from Sherman Oaks. So all three of these Big West Conference powers, all three had great seasons in Great Oak, Temecula Valley, and Murrieta Mesa. Great Oak and Murrieta Mesa were your co-league champions. All of them are going on the road. It's tough, man. Division 5 is just brutal. Aquinas is at home against Jurupa Hills. Cetos Marinas versus Jordan Brusig. Man, two great young coaches out there, do a lot of winning the past couple of years. Very excited about that game. There's a good chance that'll be our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game this upcoming week. And again, putting value on league champions. We've got Aquinas, your Ironwood League champion, going up against Harupa Hills, your Sunkist League champions. So, Aquinas, they had a great year. They're the league champion. They get to start out at home. And who do they get? Another league champion. And for Harupa Hills, you're probably thinking, man, we won our league. What do we got? We got to go on the road to another league champion? So, anyways, I could go on and on about that. But, yeah, Division 5 is going to be awesome. A little bit farther down at the bottom of the bracket, Yucaipa is in. Yucaipa, your third-place team out of the CBL. They will play at Etiwanda in the opening round, and it's going to be Beaumont, an at-large team out of the CBL. Your fourth-place team from the Citrus Belt, they will play at Lusinger. And here's something I want to bring up real quick. So here I was last night. Let's see. Can I fix that? Let's see. Let me get back on camera here. Okay, so last night I was just jumping on MaxPreps, and I have this time stamped. It was at 10:51 p.m. last night. I was on MaxPreps, just trying to mind my own business and just looking around. And I was looking at MaxPreps, and I came across there was a couple games already scheduled for next Friday, and I'm like, well, how could that be? The playoff brackets don't come out till Sunday, so how could last night at 10:51 there already be games scheduled? So I did a screenshot at 10:51 p.m. last night, and this is what I saw. Hold on one second. Let me fix this here. Let's see. Where'd it go? Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I'll get this right. I promise. Let's see. There it is. Do you guys see it now? Okay, so this was at 10:51 last night, and there are 3 games scheduled for next week. Now, I don't know about, El Medina obviously can't play 2 teams at once. I haven't looked up El Medina. Maybe they're playing Tesoro or Newport Harbor, but Beaumont taking on Lusinger. That game is actually happening, and last night, again, on MaxPreps at 10:51 p.m., that game was already listed. So part of me was like, you know what? I'm going to go on Twitter and be like, hey, breaking news before everybody else knows. Beaumont's taking on Lusinger in the first round in Division 5. But I was like, nah, that's probably a misprint. Or maybe they were going to play in non-league play and the date was wrong. I don't know. I could think of a million things why that might be on there as an error. But no, when the brackets came out, that Beaumont versus Lusinger game is actually happening. So let's go back to a live look at the CIF Southern Section bracket. And, oh, come on, computer. You can do it. I got faith in you. Let's do this. Oh, there it is. So there it is. Beaumont is playing Lusinger. So I don't know how that came out last night or why that was true or anything like that, but I just thought it was kind of funny, and I kind of wanted to run with it, but I also wanted to play it safe. I didn't want to look like an idiot, put egg on my face, claiming this game was happening before the brackets even came out. So anyways, that's Division 5. I love you, Division 5. I think you're going to be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of local teams in there. I'd love to see an all-local matchup. On the bottom half of the bracket, Great Oak and Beaumont and Yucaipa. Can one of those teams get to the finals? Maybe. Top half, we got Harupa Hills, Aquinas, Temecula Valley, and Murrieta Mesa. You got to think at least one of these local teams will get to that championship game in Division 5. All right, Division 6. Let's see. Division 6, we got a couple teams. Ramona, your River Valley League champion. Let's go down a little bit further. There they are. They will open up at home against Northview, and just below that, we got San Jacinto, your Mountain Pass League champion, having to go on the road to Trabuco Hills. So if San Jac and Ramona played, it would not be until the semifinals in Division 6. All right, let's go to Division 7. Here we go. D7, we got several local teams. Now, I will say this before we really break down D7, is that in the Sunkist League, we had Harupa Hills as the champion at 2-1, and then we had Kaiser, Summit, and Eisenhower all at 1 and 2. And the only team out of the Sunkist to not make the playoffs was Kaiser. And I feel really bad for head coach Billy Cardosi. Those guys deserve to be in the playoffs, but they are not. And it had something to do with them. I think he was texting with me a little bit, and they were supposed to be the number 1 seed in a higher division. I think it was Division 9. Without opening my text messages, I think it was like 9. Anyways, it did not work out. So they were the only team not to get in, even though they had the same league record as Ike and Summit. And so with that said, in Division 7, there it is. Summit going on the road to Golden Valley in the first round. If you go just a little bit further down, Eisenhower is actually going to open up at home. Now, Eisenhower had the better overall record on the season, so they get a home game. They're going to take on Laguna Hills in the opening round in Division 7. Sandwich in between Summit and Eisenhower, you'll find Paloma Valley, the Wildcats, your Sun Belt League champions. Here we go again. Do I sound like a broken record? A league champion going on the road to Palm Springs, who did not win a league title. Palm Desert won that league. So Paloma Valley wins league, and now they have to go on the road, but that is a very winnable game for the Wildcats. In fact, how does a Paloma Valley versus Summit game sound in the second round in Division 7? That would be unbelievable. Further down, Ontario Christian, they're going to be at home against Sultana. And King, an at-large team, they are going to open up against Troy. So King at 5-5, they get into the playoffs. They were the fourth place team in the Big West Conference lower division. They are in. All right, Division 8. Rancho Verde, your runner-up in the Ivy League. Remember that big battle against Orange Vista on Friday night for the Ivy League title, Zomalt versus Zomalt. Well, Eric Zomalt and the Mustangs, they will go on the road to top seed Brentwood to open things up. All local battle. Sound the alarms. Liberty on the road at Elsinore. Liberty, second place from the Mountain Pass. Elsinore, actually an at-large team. They finished, I would say technically in fourth place in the Ivy League because it was Orange Vista 1, Rancho Verde 2, and JW North third because JW North won the head-to-head to Elsinore against Elsinore a couple weeks ago. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be a great game. Two heavy running teams. Hemet will go on the road at Lakewood. Hemet, your Inland Valley League champ, on the road. Further down, Grand Terrace. Let's see, your San Andreas League champion. They will open up at home against Harvard Westlake. Congrats to the Titans on the league title, beating Rim of the World this past week in week number 10, final week of the regular season. And at the bottom, look at that, another all-local game, and I love this battle. JW North making that short trip over to Moreno Valley to take on Vista del Lago. Man, we got some good ones. I love Division 5. Division 8 is pretty darn good too. Elsinore and Liberty, that's an all-local battle. And then again, down there at the bottom of the bracket, VDL and JWN, third and Chicago. That's going to be fun. All right, Division 9. By the way, real quick, if you guys are listening or watching this right now, I don't have my YouTube live chat open. I will open it as soon as we go through the bracket. So if you have any questions or comments, I will get to those as well. So hit me up right now. The time is now because I'm not going to do this forever. I got to keep moving on here. All right, Division 9. Let's see. We do have, a couple teams in Division 9. Moreno Valley will go on the road to Garden Grove in D9. Norte Vista, your third place team out of the River Valley League, they get a home game. They are home for Adelanto. On the other side of the bracket, Tockwitz, third place team out of the Mountain Pass. They are going to be home for Burroughs from Burbank. Not the Burroughs from Ridgecrest, but Burroughs Burbank. Tockwitz will be at home for that. Hillcrest, your second place team out of the River Valley, or the River Vizzle as I like to call it. Hillcrest at home against Quartz Hill. So we could potentially have a Hillcrest versus Tockwitz rematch in the semifinals. And remember, Tockwitz won the first meeting. It was I think it was like the final 20 seconds of the game. They scored the game-winning touchdown against Hillcrest, so that we could have a rematch, maybe. And then, and also in the quarterfinals, we could have a Moreno Valley versus Norte Vista game. They used to be in the same league. We might see a second-round quarterfinal game between those two schools in Division 9. Division 10, well, this will be fast. We had no local teams in Division 10. Here's the brackets, just in case you wanted to see them anyways. Yeah, not much to say there. All right, Division 10. Let's jump to Division 11. Hit that fast forward button. Let's see. Division 11, we got one team, and that is the runner-up from the San Andreas League, Rim of the World. Joe Gerardo and the Scots had a great season, and they get rewarded. They're going to open up at home. So Woodbridge going up the mountain to Lake Arrowhead to take on Rim of the World. That's our only team in D11. Go Scots. I can say that and not feel bad about it because we don't got any other local teams there. So go Scots. Go all the way, man. Division 12. Let's see. We got a couple teams here. San Bernardino, your Mountain Valley League champion, going on the road to Los Altos, the Talls. And that should be, for the Cardinals, again, you win your league championship, you have a great season, having to go on the road. We'll see what they can do in D12. A little bit further down, let's see. There's Linfield Christian taking on Hueneme And I think we had one more. Oh, yeah, Rialto. So Rialto went to the finals in Division 14 last year. They lost to, was it Lawara? I think it was Lawara. Now they're in Division 12. They are your Skyline League champions, and the Knights get a home game against Portola in the first round in D12. Division 13, several local teams in 13. Let's scroll down a little bit. Colton, the Yellow Jackets, will open up on the road at Cerritos. Arrowhead Christian will take on Los Amigos, the Friends, on the road. Santa Rosa Academy take on Maranatha in the first round. Harupa Valley, Supa Dupa Harupa Valley, getting a home game in the first round. Congrats to them in 13. And this is kind of a curious one. Maybe you guys have an answer for me in the live chat, but all local battle, A.B. Miller against Rubidoux. These are league rivals from the Mountain Valley League. And the first time around, Rubidoux beat A.B. Miller. But here in the playoffs, A.B. Miller gets rewarded for the home game. So whatever bizarre formula that CalPreps has, maybe the strength of schedule was better for A.B. Miller, so they get the higher seeding and they get to host. But I'll tell you, just a couple of weeks ago, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, Rubidoux beat A.B. Miller, I think it was 23-19 head-to-head in Mountain Valley League play. Now we get the rematch, but this time it's going to be in Fontana. The Rebels at home for that one. And finally, in Division 14, let's see, Temecula Prep, T-Prep, your Majestic League champions. They are opening up on the road at Whittier Christian. Shout out Coach Dawson. And finally, Fontana. For the first time since 2005, the Steelers are back, everybody. They are back in the postseason for the first time in, is that 17 years? Yeah, 17 years the Steelers are back, and they get a home game. They will be at home against Savannah. They were able to beat Arroyo Valley 28-22 in the final week of the season this past Friday, and now they get a playoff spot and they get a home game. Man, let's relive those Fohi days and we'll pack that place for the Steelers. Who knows? We saw Rialto and Indian Springs make a great run in 14 last year. Maybe it's Fontana's turn this year. Maybe it's Temecula Prep. We got 2 local teams there, but it'd be so nice to see Fontana kind of rekindle that magic and make a deep playoff run. So hopefully, maybe that'll happen. We'll see. All right, so, whoops, let's see. Let me punch. Okay, there we go. Just trying to work things out here. I'm going to punch up the live chat right now. So if you guys had any questions, comments, concerns, whatever you might have, let's see. Let me open up the live chat. But that's a quick look at the brackets. And let's see. Live chat. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So, come on, live chat. Here we go. Hillcrest. Sonny's saying Hillcrest and Ramona might make runs. They sure could. I really like Ramona, but I was hoping Ramona might fall in Division 7. They got put in Division 6. That's going to be tough. Let's see. Oh, a full Division 6 prediction, Junior. I'll punch up the brackets again in just a second. Fontana versus Savannah for the second time this year. They were the Fontana scrimmage 11 weeks ago. Oh, so they scrimmage, so they know each other a little bit. Andrew, I didn't know that. That's a good tidbit, man. I appreciate that. And listen, we will be talking more about Fontana. When we do the small videos, like we have our, top games each week, and we have our Inland Sports All-Stars that we have each week. If you're a Fohi football fan, you don't want to miss those videos. We're going to have some Steelers flavor in those. Let's see. Sonny's calling for a rim run. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Joe Girardo and the guys make a tough run. I'd like to see teams go, up the mountain in the month of November. It might be cold. It could be wet and foggy. Man, go up the mountain and try to beat the Scots up there. That'd be fun. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fontana and Savannah scrimmage to open up this year. That's fun, man. That's, see, you saw that team a little bit, maybe in that scrimmage compared, 11 weeks ago compared to where they are now. Probably a lot has changed, and we'll see. Let's see. Los Altos, Old High School, second place in their league. All right. Let's see. Let me go back real quick to Division 6, James. Let me see if I can punch that up here. Oh, where's my website? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Division 6. Let me punch it over. All right. I think I got it. Okay. It's Division 6. Let's see, San Juan Hills against Palm Desert. Let's see. Let's specifically look for our local teams, the road that they would have to go to. So Ramona against Northview. That Ramona versus La Habra game could be interesting if La Habra gets past Calabasas. The game that I'd like to see is Ramona against San Jacinto in the semifinals, and I think that would be a very competitive and equal game. And two coaches I respect the heck out of, Ken Mashinsky at Ram High and, of course, Eric Galliano at San Jacinto, but that would be a semifinal game. So whoever would emerge from that semifinal in the lower half of the bracket, definitely pulling for that guy or that winner, that team, to go all the way for the championship. On the top side, San Juan Hills excuse me, take a sip of my coffee real quick. San Juan Hills is the top seed, but I feel like that might be a winnable game. I think that's a beatable team. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I don't see anyone that truly scares me down here. Oak Park will be tough. They're going to open up at home on the bottom half of the bracket there. But yeah, I don't see any reason why Ramona or San Jac can't get to the semifinals, or why it can't be an all-local semifinals in Division 6. That would be a lot of fun. Let's see. MZ says, I think Rialto will make a run in Division 12. That's their gut feeling. Let me go to Division 12, see who stands in the way of Rialto beyond the first round. Let's go down and see. Let's see. Portola, and then Valley Christian. So Valley Christian, I believe, is in the same league as Aquinas, and I think Valley Christian could be a tough out. In fact, I might see. Let me see if I can punch up the Valley Christian schedule on my phone, if I can quickly do that. If it's who I'm thinking of, Valley Christian played some good teams pretty close. So if it ends up being a Valley Christian versus Rialto quarterfinal game, and let's see, that would be a coin flip because both Rialto and Valley Christian are home in the opening round. Let's see, Valley Christian, there it is, from Cerritos. Let me click on football. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Yeah, so Valley Christian, they were an at-large team. They only finished 3-7 overall. I'm looking at some of the teams that they played. They lost to Aquinas 50-14. They did beat Big Bear 35-21. So, no, you know what? I changed my mind. I had Valley Christian and Village Christian mixed up. Both those teams were from out of the area, so I don't keep keep a close eye on those teams only when they play Aquinas or Big Bear in that league. So yeah, you know what? Rialto could get past Portola. They could get past the winner of Valley Christian, Rancho Alamitos. Yeah, so we could have a Linfield Christian Rialto semifinal on that side. I think Victor Valley could be tough. So yeah, I don't see why Rialto could not make a run. I'm with you now. Now I'm examining the brackets a little bit closer. Yeah, I could see that happening. Let's see, San Jacinto should make a run. Yeah, they should make a run. Yeah, Division 6. Division 6 is hard to call. Like some of these teams from out of the area, I'm not super familiar with, but yeah, San Juan Hills is tough but beatable. Palm Desert, your league champion from out there. We saw them a couple times. They played a couple of our local teams, including Rancho Verde. I do remember that one. Palm Desert's good, but I think Ramona and San Jacinto are better than them if they were able to meet them in one of those championship games. I think the wild cards are definitely, Lawndale can be tough. I think Lawndale played Cajon last year in the playoffs. Calabasas, not what they used to be, but they're still tough. La Habra can be good. So it's not an easy road. I mean, Division 6 actually has some good teams. There's some good football there. But San Jac versus Ramona is that semifinal I think we're all hoping to see. Let's see. Yes, Sonny, you're correct. 8-man football will not release their brackets until tomorrow, but California School for the Deaf Riverside will be a heavy favorite to go all the way to win that championship. And yeah, Jonathan, let's pack the house for Faux High. Man, let's relive those glory days. I want the traditional football powerhouses to be good. I think it's just good for local football when those old school football teams are good once again. I'd love to see Redlands, reemerge once again. I'd like to see Fontana step up again. I think it's just good for local football and for Faux High to not only get into the playoffs but have a home game. Dude, I hope Steeler Nation takes advantage of it. Pack that place, get it loud, and maybe again, like I said, rekindle that magic and make a make a playoff run. Try to get to that championship game. Why not? Yeah, Kaiser missing the playoffs for the first time since 2000. Man, Mitch, I'm glad you brought that up. In fact, I had it in my notes right here. Let's see, I'm going to punch up back on camera if this will work. Yep, there we go. Let's see, where's my streaks? Okay, so talking about Kaiser, they had made 20 straight playoff appearances. Because remember, we had that weird COVID season where they played in the spring, but they had made 20 straight playoff appearances, and that was snapped this season. Norco, speaking of streaks making it to the playoffs, Norco, 35 straight years in the playoffs. That is an inland area record. Norco, 35 straight years. Can you believe that? Just the turnover. They've changed coaches and players come and go, of course. And they're in a tough league. I mean, Centennial is there now, and Roosevelt's good. Yeah, that's a tough league, but 35 straight years for Norco. Norte Vista, 13 consecutive seasons in the playoffs. But yeah, Kaiser, tough to see that having their playoff streak, and they've made it every year since 2000. Again, I think according to my math, according to the streaks, if they would have made it this year, it would have been number 21. So their streak ends at 20 straight appearances, if my math is correct, and sometimes it is. All right, let me go back to the live chat one more time. Lots of great football in the IE, and it's just round one. That's the crazy part, man. We got some big games all just right off the bat. And again, I love some of those all local games. Vista Del Lago and JW North. I think Harupa Hills versus Aquinas might be the best first round game. I'm curious to see Citrus Valley and Cajon again. I think a lot of people out there are curious to see, because I don't think Citrus Valley put their best foot forward in that first meeting when they lost 28-7 against Cajon. I feel like this game will be a lot closer the second time around. Don't go out there and say I'm picking Citrus Valley to win this game. I'm not picking any teams to win this game. I just feel like it's going to be a lot closer this time around, and it's tough to beat a very good team twice in one season. So I think that's what makes this matchup very, very intriguing in the first round. All right, guys, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut down the live stream right now. I just want to give you a quick look. I say quick, but it's over a half hour. A quick look at the CIF Southern Section playoff brackets. And then what we'll do is I'm still going to have all the weekly features, like our Inland Sports All-Stars, Big Boost Play of the Week, Kent Sporting Goods Must-See Game, the Boost Top 25 poll. We're still going to do all those things. So as soon as I stop the live stream, I'm actually going to get to work on those. We'll post some of those later tonight. The rest will be showing up on the Inland Sports YouTube channel on Monday. So make sure you come back and look for those, as we're excited about the playoffs, and we're really going to blow it out. Nobody covers high school football like us here on the Inland Sports Show. We love it more than anybody else, and we go hard. And we're going to go hard during the playoffs as well. So we'll continue to bring you guys great coverage on some of these first-round matchups. And as teams advance, we'll continue the coverage. As long as we have local teams moving on towards the championship game, we'll keep doing this. All right, guys, I'm Pep Fernandez. If you're watching this video right now, give us a like. We'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We've got over 3,000 followers already, subscribers. We'd like 3,000 more. So go ahead, if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button for us. And tell everybody you know as well. If you know people that have not subscribed, it's free. Just hop on there and smash that subscribe button for us. We'd really appreciate it. I'm Pep Fernandez. Good luck to all.